Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Rewind That. It's your girl Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe if you like the vibe and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Alright guys, today we're going to be going over the latest episode of The Oval, Season 2, episode number 8 called Don't Believe Your Eyes. Alright guys, the episode starts off right where we left off with Kyle questioning Lily about what she was doing. So she tells him that she was looking for a marriage certificate because her lawyer wanted it or something to do with a prenup or something like that, right? Anyway, after Lily got tired of the questioning, she finally pulled out her gun. And I was like, thank you, okay? That's what I'm talking about. Because at this point, Kyle must have forgot that Lily shot the last person that came into her house uninvited. Anyway, Kyle eventually leaves the office, but it doesn't seem like he left the house right away. Because while all of this was going on, Bobby and Max are staked outside, okay? And they don't see any activity. This, of course, worries Bobby, and Max had to convince him that it's a stupid idea to go up in the house now, okay? Because all he's going to do is blow the whole plan and reveal who Lily is working with. Next, the first family is having dinner, and Victoria makes Hunter apologize to Richard, but Hunter is a jerk, right? So, of course, he gave her half apology. So Victoria was like, wow, you can't do any better than that? This man has been here for many years. He's loved, respected, and adored. And I think the president should know that and apologize, right? And Richard is looking like, okay, this is a shocker. So Victoria decides if Hunter won't apologize, then she will. So she apologizes to Richard, and he tells her that it's quite all right. And I was proud of Victoria because, in this episode, we saw once again that Victoria does have that soft side and she's not always a witch with a capital B, okay? Anyway, when Richard leaves, we saw what happened, right? After a few exchanged words, creepy Jason pretty much threatens his mother, okay? That she will be the next victim. But Victoria says to Jason, bring it on, okay? Because I am not intimidated by your crazy act. And I have seen crazier, all right? She tells Jason that she will be sleeping with a sword in her hand, waiting to chop him up if he tries anything. So when Victoria leaves the room, Jason tells his father that he could kill Victoria for the both of them. Hunter tells him to stop talking like that. Then he tells creepy Jason that they're going to get him some help. And this whole scene, it was a lot going on. There's a lot that I didn't bring up or say. Creepy Jason did ask where Gail was, as if he has some kind of authority. And because he's shown his ugly and psychotic head, he must think that he has some kind of pull or demand or, could place fear in their hearts to make them talk. You know what I'm saying? But Victoria was like, your sister is the same place you're going to be if you don't chill out, okay? Anyway. Next, Hunter goes into his bedroom to call Dr. Meadows, and Victoria tells him that Dr. Meadows will not be able to help Jason. That creepy little bastard is actually what she said. So Hunter says, that is your son. And Victoria reminds him that Jason killed 3 people, but Hunter tries to justify it by stating that Jason killed 3 people that Victoria hated, as if that makes it all right. And that response from Hunter was just disgusting. His nonchalant attitude about all of this is just, I don't know if it's going to come back to bite him or what, but at first he was horrified by it. Now it just seems like it's normal to him. So that's a little scary. Anyway, Victoria clarifies that she did not hate Jean, okay? But the world is a better place without that whore Denise. Next, Richard tells Priscilla that Victoria made the president apologize to him. So Priscilla was like, wow, that's good. I'm glad he finally did. And Richard was like, yes, good for her, meaning Victoria, right? But Priscilla was like, don't do that, because there ain't nothing good about that woman. She is not on our side, so watch your back. So Richard was like, oh, okay, Then they get ready to leave, and Richard lets it be known that he has to get ready for his date. And Priscilla was like, come on, Richard, don't do that. She's sorry, right? But Richard was like, I don't want to hear it. Next, Sam goes to ask Alonzo if Jean ever checked out. Alonzo tells him that his wife pretty much pressured him to check the footage before. And he found that Jean went into the residence, never came down, and never checked out. But her car was seen leaving the parking lot. So Sam tells Alonzo to give him all the footage. Now, the stupid thing about this is that Kyle and Don, they know that the security footage is always going on, right? So how did they forget that there'd be no record of Jean checking out and that her car would be seen leaving the lot? just dumb. So once again, either it's funky writing or Mr. Perry is trying to show us that Kyle is incompetent. And I'm actually going to go with the latter, guys, okay? That Tyler Perry is trying to show Kyle's incompetence because it's something that Victoria talks about as well. And she often warns Hunter not to trust Kyle or Don because they're not smart enough. Next, Don gets a call from Diane and she tells him that she wants to meet him at the White House because it's public. But I was like, girl, 2 women were killed there already, okay? So don't be so sure. But if you are going to go to the White House, just stay away from the residents if you want a fighting chance. Next, Barry comes into the kitchen and sees his mother cooking all this food for Richard. Barry tells his mother that Richard is not going to eat that food. So you might as well just tell him who the father is because that food ain't going to make him forget about Picky. So Nancy says, I'm not going to tell him who the father is. So just go finish what you were doing. So Barry was like, okay. Then he goes into the living room and makes a video in which he tells his followers that his daughter has been kidnapped and her mother is the one who took her. He shows a picture of Ruth, but I think he should have also shown a picture of Karli, but whatever. Anyway, Richard comes home to get ready for his date, and of course Nancy doesn't know this, so she lets him know that she cooked for him, and he totally ignored her and went straight to his room. So she followed him up there, and she's like, Richard, you ain't hungry? But he continues to ignore her. Then pulls out a suit that he hasn't worn since he and Nancy renewed their vows, okay? This is what Nancy said. And I was like, wow, Richard, you gonna wear that suit of all suits? Sheesh. I mean, come on. Anyway, as Nancy pleads to Richard through a closed bathroom door, Barry is also listening at their bedroom door, and he hears his mother asking Richard how long he's gonna be like this. And Barry comes in and tells his mom to please give his father some time, give him some space, as he's been asking. And Nancy was like, listen, I already heard you say that before. And he said, okay, well then do it, But Nancy says that this is between me and your daddy, so please leave me alone. She also says to Barry, don't you have enough to worry about with Sharon? And Barry says, Sharon and what else? You mean my daughter, right? And instead of admitting that she hasn't been that concerned with Karli, she tells Barry that she doesn't have time to deal with him. She brushed it off. And that's something that Sharon and Nancy have in common. They always brush Barry off when he's making a lot of sense or when he's like asking them questions that seem to be too much pressure for them to answer, or maybe their guilty conscience just won't allow them to answer. They're always trying to get away from certain questions. Anyway, the crazy thing about all of this is that the Haltons have taken on a world of problems and somehow they forgot about their biggest issue, which is the missing grandchild, okay? No one but Barry seems to be concerned. Well, at least Sharon is trying to help, right? But the grandparents act like they forgot. Like Richard should be putting more energy into finding his grandbaby than going on revenge dates. And Nancy should take Barry's advice, leave the father alone, okay? And put your energy towards finding your granddaughter, who you should have never let go with her mother in the first place, okay? Anyway, next, Sam gets to the pharmacy and he gets some valuable information from Dale. Meanwhile, Kareem is annoyed that Sam is there and lets Sharon know about it. So Sharon wants to know why Sam makes Kareem so uncomfortable, and Kareem just says, I don't like him. But I believe that Kareem is a drug dealer, just like Picky told Barry in season 1, and that's why he's so uncomfortable when Sam comes around. Anyway, after Sam gets all his info, he leaves, but before that, Sharon and Kareem talked about her pregnancy, right? And what she's going to do about it. And she tells Kareem that abortion is out of the question, but adoption isn't. So Kareem tells her that it would be very hard for her to put her child up for adoption because she's the same one who fell in love with a stray cat. Anyway, guys, this scene with Kareem and Sharon really angered me because Sharon just flirts with Kareem and allows him to touch her and do all these inappropriate things. Then has the nerve to wonder why Barry acts the way he does. You know what I'm saying? Then Kareem gives Sharon a key to his place, all right? On top of that, she goes home with him. Talking about, oh, but you're sleeping alone. I'm going to sleep in a different room. Like, girl, seriously? I'm just so done. Like, Barry needs to get a new chick and let Sharon be with Kareem so she could see that Kareem is not who she thinks he is, Next, Priscilla finally gets to the hospital to see Laura, but Laura is touch and go is what the doctors say, right? Laura's husband, Norm, tries to get some info from Priscilla as to what could have went wrong, what could have triggered her heart problem, because she knows not to do any heavy lifting. But Priscilla tells Norm that she wished she could answer his question, but she knows nothing. So as Priscilla gets ready to leave, Laura starts trying to speak, and she says Jean's name. Next, Max and Bobby have been staked outside of Lily's house for hours and there's been no sign of Lily. Then they see Kyle coming out of the house carrying this big load over his back. And it looked like a body bag to me, you know. And of course, that's how the episode ended. But in my opinion, that can't be Lily because it just can't be, right? Also, if it was Lily, does that mean that the two guys watching the house, the doorman and the man securing the perimeter, does that mean that they work for Kyle? You know what I'm saying? And also, like, why did the doorman just let Kyle in without telling the woman of the house that she had a visitor? So to me, that would indicate that they kind of do work for Kyle, right? But I don't know, just it's too many questions, too many freaking questions, all right? Anyway, just a thought, but I doubt Kyle is carrying Lily in that bag, all right? Guys, that was the episode. Let me know what you guys thought. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. You guys take care and be blessed. Before I totally end this video, I just want to let you guys know that I really was hoping that Lily would just shoot Kyle and get it over with. And I'm going to leave you with that. Take care. Bye-bye.